Should have thought about what I was going to say before I started filming. Morning! This past weekend, I had the privilege of attending Double Exposure Film Festival in Washington, D.C. I met some lovely people, I watched some great films, and I learned a lot about the industry. Was it worthwhile overall? Yeah. Would I do it again? Sure. Was it the best weekend I've ever had, though? Sure. I went to 3 of the 5 days, so let's get to day 1. I have arrived. I don't know anyone here, so it might be difficult to talk to people, but hopefully that'll get easier. And now I'm gonna head in here. The first movie I saw was called Stolen Daughters. It was about the 276 girls who were taken from their school in the northern Nigerian city of Chibok by Boko Haram, a militant jihadist group. The movie was aided by the presence of executive producer Karen Edwards and producer Sasha Akili, who stuck around after the movie, and they had a little talk with the audience and answered some questions with a moderator, and it was really cool. The second movie I watched was called Unprotected. It was about lack of accountability by the creator of More Than Me Foundation in Liberia when one of the employees went rogue. I won't spoil it, but it was one of the first official screenings that movie had anywhere, so that was very nice. And the producers and the reporters were there too. And lastly, I saw a movie about Chinese live streaming called People's Republic of Desire, and that was a very, very interesting movie, and filmmaker Hao Wu spoke to the audience as well after the filming, and he was very, very, very cool, very insightful. Aside from the films, there were workshops, there were discussions, there was free food, and even a happy hour. So I got some networking. Because I'm a student, I had the privilege of having lunch with a producer, so I signed up beforehand. I chose Steve Sapienza, who is a producer at the Pulsar Center, and he's been all around the world, and that was very, very cool. I got to ask him questions in a small group of us. And here are some of the awesome people I talked to.
I'm here at the Double Exposure Film Festival because I'm currently working on my second feature film, and really was kind of craving the opportunity to sort of step out of production and really have an opportunity just to watch other films, hear from other filmmakers.
My background is in photojournalism, and this is my first feature film I've worked on. This is great to me. This is the perfect blend of journalism and filmmaking. So I'm finding my people, finding my tribe here. It's great. Cool. I'm enjoying it.
It's really good to be around a lot of investigative journalists, filmmakers, trying to make sense of the world around us. And we all come from different backgrounds and mediums. So this festival really it's a great place to share what we do and learn from others.
Finding this festival to be super helpful. Panels in particular after the screenings have just been extraordinary, and just to be able to have that touch point. I find this festival is like such a... I was just talking about you! She just snuck up on me. The last film I directed, it's called City of Trees. It's a feature documentary that follows the story of a nonprofit.
The film is called Gulligan. So African Americans on St. Helena Island, South Carolina, have farmed and fished there for centuries. They own some of the last gorgeous, pristine, undeveloped coastal property on the East Coast. And they have to decide they can sell their land and retire in luxury, or they can find a way to preserve their way of life for their children. In 2006, the producer, Sherard Duvall, came on board, and he is a local filmmaker there, and so he really has the expertise he's helped to form the story. Things have moved much faster since he came on board, and is really helping to give it a lot of structure.
So I've been producing about 15 years, but I've been working in film for about 22 years. I was like, all right, I want to learn every single department there is to learn. So I worked in props, I worked in art department, I laid grass, I worked in makeup, I did wardrobe, until I could find what I wanted to do. And that's kind of how I got started in film when I was in college.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
In general, like the response for the work that we do is positive. You're not going to make everybody happy, but in general, people like what we do. A lot of different experiences brought me to the idea that it was really important to film and document and make sense of the world around me, and that through understanding the world, we somehow can make it just a little bit better than how we found it.
The camaraderie and community is really why I come to these kind of festivals.